Nice to see you and to greet you today. I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes and then we start. I'm gonna wait for the ones who are connecting to our class. Okay, guys, I think it's time to start. We are 12 people here. So yeah, it is time to start. I wanted to ask you guys if somebody's still having problems to buy the book or to get the book. Somebody?
No, teacher.
No?
I have problems with the payment of the book, but today I got the book, and my problem is resolved.
Okay, it's because I'm asking you because I'm checking the amount of total students that we have on platform, and I only have 7 students, so I don't understand if it's something wrong or are you having problems to join to my group in the Richmond platform or what happened?
Ya que siempre.
Nobody wants to say anything? Ok. Entonces nada más les recuerdo que hoy día comienza a asignar tarea en plataforma. Ya si tienen algún problema, pues no dicen nada, no da ninguna queja, entonces considero que todo está bien. Tengo nada más 7 personas en plataforma, no sé qué está pasando, pero ok, hoy día empiezo a asignar tareas. So, I will start by sharing my screen because there is a topic that I want to show you. Somebody's telling me something in the chat. I will check it. Wait a minute. Teacher, I have a question about the book. When I enter, it tells me that I have a class code. What do I have to put there? I don't know if Laura Jimena, I don't know if you have seen, Laura Jimena, that I put some important information in the departure of novedades in Google Classroom. You can consult there in the Google Classroom because I refer you can look for it, but let me see if I have it here. I'm gonna share my screen so I can show it to you. Here it is. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Can you see it?
I can.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So here it is. Wait a minute. Where it was. I think it's charging. I think there is a very slow internet connection, but we're gonna fix that later on. Just let me check about it. No, it's more advanced. It's this one. It says, hi guys, some of you were asking about the class code for joining to our class in Richmond platform. There is the code that you need. And here I put a picture of the code that it is required to join. I'm opening one of the pictures that I have attached. And where is it? Wait a minute. This is the access code, the one that is here. So this is the access code that you need to join to my class. I don't know if somebody has another question about it. There's one more. Okay, thank you. Okay, welcome. Very good. So I'm gonna try to show you again the Google Classroom because there is a situation that it's giving me a lot of problems because I'm just like getting worried about you. I don't know if you guys remember that the last week we started to work with the book and look at it. It was personal best one exercises. Only 12 people were signing in and the other 9 people weren't absent. So here it is, only 3 people handing the homework and the other 18 were just assigned. So what is going on? I don't know if you're having problems with the books or what is the thing? Tell me.
Teacher, in my
Yes.
case, yesterday I was checking my homework for be all right.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't see, I don't know why, was my mistake, that activity, the page 4 and 5, I didn't have it. But today I understand that because when I was checking it, I said I was surprised. And I said, oh my God, no, I'm a bad student.
No, don't worry.
But I will do it. I will do it today for my case because I didn't see, because when you start with send the homework, in some of the activities didn't say, must say límite, no límite, más bien.
Oh yeah,
I don't
but
know why.
I was asking you about if you had some problems about a book because I didn't put any limit in the due. I didn't put or I didn't assign any due date because I didn't know if you guys were having trouble to get the book because you told me that some person, the person who was in charge of giving you the books sent you a message in which he was telling that the books were delayed or something like that.
Okay,
That's
teacher.
why I didn't put any due date.
Yes, and I was really confused, but now I know because do you remember I'm the person, I'm Estefania, that I take the class on the university.
Mhm.
Do you remember that some of my friends take this class there? It
Yes,
was
yeah, I remember.
helpful. Yeah, and then, but don't worry about me. I will send it.
Yeah, it will be so important if you guys make your or organize your time to put the assignments even if they are already in their out of the due date. It is important because remember that we don't really have a chance to be evaluated in many different ways, so it is very important to have all the works in time or on time. But if you, in case that you couldn't or something like that, please let me know. We already have created the group, so every time that you are confused, you have a question or a doubt about anything, you can communicate with me. So thanks a lot. Here is a message. Teacher, tell my classmates that if you give them access, please. I don't have any other people waiting to be accepted. Laura, I don't have more people waiting to be accepted. I think they are already here. You can give my classmate access already. They are already in. And teacher, I have a problem with my internet. Don't worry, Carlos. If in case that you cannot really be here with us, you can watch the video later on. Don't worry. And thanks, Laura, for letting me know. So, ahora sí, I don't know if you guys have any other question before we start with our presentation. Nope.
No, teacher, all fine.
Okay. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you see? Stative and dynamic verbs?
Yes.
Yes, very good. So guys, today we're gonna be analyzing together a very easy topic that it's gonna help us to answer some of the pages that we have planned for this session in our personal best B1 Plus book. It is stative and dynamic verbs. So I would like to start by defining stative and dynamic verbs, or by talking about them a little bit more. So I just want to let you know that there are some verbs in English that can be classified in two ways. Of course, we know that in past we have regulars and irregular, but in the present participle, that will be the ing forms, we found stative and dynamic verbs. So the dynamic verbs are referring to the action verbs. Those kind of verbs usually describe actions that we can take, things that can happen, while the stative verbs are only referring to a state of condition, which is non-changing or likely to change or being tangible. The difference is very important because the stative verb cannot normally use in the continuous ing forms, talking about the present progressive. It is not that they cannot really be put in ing forms. The thing is that talking about grammar wouldn't be correct. So I have a set of examples that will serve us as explanations, and we can serve us as to realize that we have those kind of differences in between these two verbs. But before I change the slide, I would like to ask you if somebody has a question. Is there a question floating on? Nadie, vamos bien hasta aquí?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can anybody please help me to define what the stative verbs are? Al azar. Arnulfo. Arnulfo Daniel.
Yes,
Are you
teacher.
there? Can you please help me to define what the stative verbs are?
The stative verbs are, for example, when the text says action verbs are the verbs that we can see.
All the verbs that we can see, the stative?
Or is be or sorry, is that they are the verbs that we can see, for example, love, like, or think, believe.
Yes, exactly. Yes, very good.
Sorry for the confusion.
Don't worry. No, don't worry. It happens. Thanks a lot, Arnulfo. Then, where's Lucia? Lucia Reyes. Do we have Lucia Reyes with us? No, really? Guys, if you heard stranger noise, a stranger noise is my cat Apollo. Sorry. I need to talk with Lucia Reyes Esqueda. Where is her? ¿Está? Laura Cristina is there?
Yes, teacher.
Please, Laura Cristina, will you let it help me to define what the dynamic verbs are?
Dynamic verb describe action. For example, run, jump, work, play, eat, eating.
Excellent. All the things that we can see. Very good. Thanks a lot. So, continue with the information. Let me see if I can change the slide from here. There we go. So there is table here that it's gonna help us to notice the differences between those verbs. They can be divided into verbs of perception or cognition, talking about the stative verbs. And they can be also related to relationships between things or between people. For example, here it is, hate, then we have the type, it is perception. I hate chocolate. Believe will be, again, a verb that talks about perception. She believes in UFOs. Contain would be a verb of relation, and here we have the example. The box contains 24 cans of soda. Then we have the verb own, that it is also showing us a relation. And here we have the example. John owns 3 motorbikes. Is there any question about it? About the examples?
Oh, teacher.
No, teacher.
No? Okay, I'm gonna change the slide. Here it is.
When we use own, you say that it's relation, but with another example that you can give me.
To show a relation?
With
For example, the verb establish. I cannot, if I say, oh, let me accept some people in the chat. There we go. I think somebody's waiting. Wait a minute. There you go. There you go. Maybe they can be a verb as the one that I already mentioned, or maybe exchange. I am exchanging information with a partner. Maybe you can tell me that you are exchanging information, but I cannot really see that you are exchanging information. So that would be a relationship. Establish was the previous one that I mentioned. I have established a limit with my students. Maybe I know that I have established a limit, but you cannot really see which is the Lucia Reyes. Don't worry, Lucia. It's okay. Don't worry. So you cannot really see, guys, that I am establishing some limits with you until maybe the moment that I am just talking you about rules or about any other different things. While we don't really know what is it about, it is just, we are just referring to a relation of things. It can be a relationship between objects or between people. I don't know if I have answered the question.
Yes, teacher. Thank
Very
you.
good. So may I change the slide now?
Sure.
Very good. Sorry, where was it? Here it is. Sorry, there you go. So there are many types of dynamic verbs, but most of them are going to help us to describe activities or events that can have a beginning, and they also can have finish. Chicos, ¿saben si hay alguien esperando? Admit all. There we go. Okay, they are joining. Okay, sorry. It's because I had some people waiting to enter to the room. Okay. So here we have in this table or in this chart, here we have an example of stative verb and dynamic verbs. Love, hate, like, see, hear, sound, think, mind, about, recognize, have, prefer, doubt, consist, etc. are going to be part of the stative verbs. Those are actions that I cannot really see, but they can be establishing a relationship or even coming into account that it will be preferable to say that we are establishing a relationship than even the perception that will be. So we continue with the dynamic verbs. We already said that all the dynamic verbs are referring to things that can have a beginning and a finish, and that are actions that we can see. Eat, drink, go, type, read, write, listen, speak, etc. Questions about it?
No, teacher.
Very good. So here guys, I have an exercise for us in which we're gonna have to classify the following verbs. So I don't know if somebody can help me to classify the verb seem. Adrian.
Yes, teacher.
Is it a static or a dynamic verb?
It's a dynamic.
Dynamic. Seem.
Yes.
I think it can be both, right? It depends on the sense that we give to the verb, isn't it? What do you guys think?
I think it's more stative than dynamic.
More stative? Why?
Yeah, because it's a verb that in the majority of the cases
Uh-huh.
is for things that
We cannot see.
yeah.
But for example, what happened if we talk about physical appearance?
In that case, we'll change the context.
Yeah, maybe we can sometimes change it, but yeah, I just probably agree with you. Any other opinion, guys? Not really? Okay, so thanks a lot. What about the verb read, David? How would you classify the verb read? Stative or dynamic? Do I have David there? Not really. David.
Sorry, teacher. I have problems with my internet.
Don't worry, David. How would you classify the verb read? Stative or dynamic?
Dynamic?
Dynamic, very good.
Yeah.
What about the verb paint? Areli.
It's dynamic.
Excellent. And what about the verb believe? Irais.
Teacher, I didn't hear the class because I can't enter in the class.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. So Cristel has been here with us. Cristel, how would you classify the verb believe?
I think it's state.
Stative. Very good. It is a stative verb. And what about the verb smell and change? Miguel. Do we have Miguel? Do I have Miguel here?
Yes, I am teacher.
Hi, Miguel. How would you
Hi, teacher.
classify the verbs smell and change? Are they dynamics or stative or different one?
Smell is stative and change is dynamic verb.
Perfect. What about the verbs remember and understand? Let me choose another big theme. Laura Jimena.
I think remember is stative and understand me and understand stative.
Yes, very good. Both of them are stative. We cannot see them. Very good. And Fanny, please help me to classify the verb jump and want.
Jump, it's dynamic, and I mean one, it's stative.
Yes, would it be jump, dynamic, and one stative? Very good. Thanks a lot. So here we have some other examples, guys. It says, each sentence has 4 underlined sections. Your task is to identify the section with a grammar mistakes. So we're gonna be basically identifying grammar mistakes and we're gonna choose a correct answer. So would it be, I play tennis every Tuesday. Last week, I was playing with John. And then I am working from work. When a bird flew into the tennis net. What's the mistake?
I think the mistake is letter C.
So it is, I am knowing, would it be? Very good. We already have mentioned that all the verbs with that contains a stated verb cannot be put in ing form. So excellent, that was a mistake. Next one, would it be? Mohammed owns 2 different houses. He likes to live in his house by the sea when the weather is good. But in the winter, he is preferring to live in the city. What would be the mistake?
The letter C is preferring.
Excellent. We cannot really say, or we cannot really convert into a gerund an ing stative verb. Wait a minute. No sé qué me dicen en el chat. No lo puedo abrir. Okay. Then it is. While Keiko was fixing the car, I was, where is it? Sorry. While Keiko was fixing the car, I was making the supper by 6 o'clock. I have been working for 8 hours, so I was needing a good meal. What was the mistake? Was fixing, was making, was needing, or have been working? What do you think, guys?
The same with the
The
before
D.
question is the letter D.
Letter D. Yeah, what's needing? We don't really see somebody needing something. Very good. Next one. When I called Sarah, she said she watched TV, so she didn't want to come out with me. So I went to the pub alone. What would be the mistake? Called, watched, didn't want, or went?
Watch the B.
Letter B.
Yes, very good. Why? Why do you have selected that one?
Because we need the auxiliary.
Excellent. Very good. So, next example. It says, I don't understand stative and dynamic verbs. They seem very confusing. I am hating them because they are driving me crazy. What would be the mistake?
Letter C.
Yes, letter C. Again, we cannot really convert a stative verb into a gerund ing form. Very good. So it says, this is a different type of exercise. It is about blank spaces. So we have to put the verb in the correct form, use either the present simple or the present continuous. So it says, number one, please don't make so much noise. I
am studying.
I am studying. Excellent. How many languages? Somebody. Juan Carlos.
How many languages do Tom speak?
Does Tom
Does
speak?
yeah.
Aha, remember that this is a singular form.
Singular form, yes.
Yes, that's why. I can make it bigger. There you go. Then number three, I to a political party. Cristel?
I'm not belong.
I don't
I
belong, would it be?
don't
Yeah.
belong to a political party.
I don't belong. Then somebody please help me with next example. It would be number 4. Es que estoy desacomodándolo porque estoy tratando de llamarlos uno por uno para ver sus nombres, pero es una locura, todo se mueve. So, would be, there it is. Number 4, hurry.
Teacher,
the boss, yes.
You can use the combination the Alt and Tab to change the window.
That's what I'm doing, but it doesn't work. Well, that's what I tried to do, but it doesn't work. I don't know why, but thanks a lot for the advice. So, number 4,
Welcome.
hurry. The boss
Is coming.
is coming. Very good. I
don't want
to miss it.
miss.
Very good. Then number 5, the river Nile flows or is flowing?
Flows.
Flows. Very good. Then here it is. The river flows or is flowing very fast today, much faster than usual.
Is flowing.
Is flowing.
Flowing. Very good. Number 7, it ever snow India? Does it ever snow or is it ever snowing?
Does it ever snow?
Very good. Then we usually grow or is growing vegetables?
Grow.
Grow. Very good. Then vegetables in our garden, but this year we don't grow or is not growing?
It's not growing.
Don't grow.
But this year is not growing any. Very good. Number 9, can you drive? No, but
I'm learning.
I'm
no, but I am learning. Excellent. Then my father teach me. My father teaches me or my father is teaching?
Is teaching.
My father is teaching. Excellent. Then number 10, you can borrow my umbrella. I not need, don't need, or is not needing it at the moment.
I
Don't need.
Done it at the moment. Excellent. Thus, almost done. At a party, I usually
Enjoy.
enjoy parties, but I
Don't enjoy.
don't enjoy this very much. Very good. Number 12, George says he's 80 years old, but I
Don't believe.
don't believe him. Number 13, Ron is in London at the moment. He
Is staying.
is staying, very good, at a Hilton hotel. He usually
Stays.
stays at the Hilton hotel when he is in London, very good. Number 14, my parents
is living.
are living in
Are living.
Bristol, very good. They were born and they have never lived anywhere else. Where?
Do your parents live?
Excellent. Number 15, she
Is staying.
She is staying with her sister at the moment until she finds somewhere to live. Excellent. Chicos, voy a tener que cortar y los veo en nuestra segunda parte de la sesión. Estuve haciendo algunos arreglos para cambiarnos a Google Meet, pero no me funciona. No sé si sea por el correo institucional, pero ya les cargué el próximo link de acceso en el Google Classroom. Ahorita nos vemos.
See you, teacher. See you
Okay.
in